This week's grammar lesson is on verb tenses, and the verb tenses for this week we're going to focus on our past, present, and future, just like we had in the previous week. We're going to talk about simple tense, progressive tense, and perfect tense as they relate to the past, present, and future. Okay? So to start, make sure you have this worksheet, and then we can fill out the notes together. Verb tenses help the reader know when an action is taking place. The action can take place in the past, present, or future. Knowing if the action already happened, is happening now, or will happen in the future conveys various times, sequences, states, and conditions to the reader. So it gives a little bit more detail and information. So we're going to focus on past, present, and future today, okay? And there are different tenses. There's simple, progressive tense, and perfect tense, okay? Perfect would be when we add words like had, have, or has, or will have. Progressive would be when we add words with the verb like was or were, am, are, is, or will be, okay? And then finally, last but not least, of course, is just simple. Walked, walk, and will walk, okay? Past, present, future. So this is just the verb on its own, okay? So just to reiterate this, simple tense is just the verb all by itself, okay? When we make it progressive, we're showing that it either was happening in the past and it still continues, or it's just happening now, or it started in the past and it's going to continue to happen. We talked about progressive verbs last week. So then we get to perfect, and perfect is just saying I had, which would indicate the past. I have or has, or he have or has, would indicate the present, and then showing that it's going to happen in the future, you would just say will have. It makes it more perfect. So you don't necessarily use all three of these together. It's either simple, progressive, or it's perfect, okay? Now with the perfect and with the progressive, you need to add the verb. So it's without the verb. All right, so here are some examples below, and it says we had taken a tour of the White House, and this is going to be past because it says had taken, okay? So you have perfect past, had taken. Very good. We are taking a tour of the White House. That's present, okay? The word you notice here is are, okay? And the verb is taking. So are taking, okay? Progressive. We will take a tour of the White House. Okay, this is future. We will. So it's just simple. We will take a tour, okay? It's not we will have taken a tour. We will be taking a tour. We will take a tour. So that's why it's just simple. So it goes from perfect to progressive to simple in these three examples, okay? So let's look down below, or flip your page over, and there are some examples here. Now on your independent practice sheet, what you're going to notice is it's going to be this sheet. There's going to be one that says number 3. Just do keep in mind you'll be following these instructions to be circling the sentence that's written in past tense, meaning the action that's already happened, then underline the past tense verbs. Just make sure that you understand that this number 3 actually goes with these instructions, okay? So let's go down to the practice page. It says, circle the sentence that is written in present tense. So just to help remember that, I'm going to circle the instructions. Circle the sentence that's in present tense, meaning the action is happening now. Then underline the present tense verbs, okay? So I'm going to be circling and underlining, okay? The first sentence, again, we're looking for present tense, okay? So it's happening now. And then we're going to underline the present tense verbs. Here we go. The 5th graders are studying the Revolutionary War. The 5th graders were studying the Revolutionary War, or the 5th graders will be studying the Revolutionary War, okay? Give you a second to think about that. And hopefully you're going to say A, okay? And what are we going to underline here is are studying, okay? All right, next. My friend and I played tag at recess. My friend and I play tag at recess. My friend and I will play tag at recess. I'll give you a minute to look at that one or think about it. Hopefully you said B. My friend and I play tag at recess. Okay? And play is going to be the present tense verb. Okay? Number 3, Dave will have bowled a perfect game. A, Dave had bowled a perfect game. Or C, Dave has bowled a perfect game. Okay, I'll give you a moment to take a look at that one. Okay, and it's going to be C. Dave has bowled a perfect game. So has bowled. Has, if you go back to this, okay, has tells me that it's happening now, present. So see here, it says has. He has bowled. Even though the simple tense, bowled, is ed, it's because it's has, meaning it's happening right now. Okay? So that's the key word you want to look for there, has. Okay? Hopefully I have no questions so far. Let's go to the next one. Circle the sentence that is written in past tense, meaning the action has already happened. Then underline the past tense verbs. We'll do the same thing, but I'll go in a different color. We're going to be circling the past tense, okay? And we're going to be underlining the past tense verbs, okay? Here we go. A, the athletes will run through Central Park. B, the athletes run through Central Park. C, the athletes ran through Central Park. Give you a moment to think about it. And hopefully you said C, okay? And C would be ran, okay, is past tense. Run is present and will run is future, okay? And let's go to number 2. Terry's mom had baked 10 pies for the carnival. Terry's mom has baked 10 pies for the carnival. Terry's mom will have baked 10 pies for the carnival. Give you a moment to think about it. And hopefully you say A, okay? And that's because Terry's mom had baked, okay? Had baked. This means she already did it. Has baked, meaning it's happening right as we speak. And will have baked means it's going to happen in the future, right? All right. Hopefully this is helpful. If you go ahead and get the copy of the independent grammar practice that you're going to have for the rest of the week, let's just take a look at number 3 and just make sure that we address the past tense, circling it, and then the past tense verb, we'll underline it. Okay, it says the seamstress will be designing a new dress. Or the seamstress is designing a new dress, or the seamstress was designing a new dress. Give you a moment to look at that. And hopefully you thought C and was designing should be the past tense. And if we look very closely, back at your notes, was designing. So it's progressively past, okay? All right, great job. Now for the rest of the week, you will be working on the remaining questions. And these are your 2 sheets. Just keep in mind that for this particular page, for this particular page you have here, you have to write the past, present, and future tense of each verb. Use the simple, progressive, and perfect verb tenses. So you will need to make sure that you kind of mimic what has been done in the first notes page. So see here, okay, what words you're going to be adding, but you're going to use the word with the verb. So for example, in this situation, for admire, you're going to tell me what admire is simple, and then what you would put progressively in front or behind admire, and then how it would change the word to be past, and then same thing for perfect, okay? If you have questions on this, I can help you out. Just ask.